Alright, what's going on, guys? You saw the title of the video. I wanted to make this video here today because this is so much closer to everyone than they really think. It really is, guys, and I want to go over that. So, as you guys know, I've been trading 7 accounts. I got 4 on Top Step and 3 on My Fun of Futures. That may seem at first glance like, alright, that's a lot of accounts. That's a little bit out of reach if you guys are still on combines or anything like that. It's really not, guys. Truthfully, you just get a solid 1 or 2 payouts. You could be exactly here. So it's not out of reach. It's not far. Trust me, this could happen so fast. I've made so many mistakes along the way, and I've still been able to get to this point. So just keep that in mind, all right, guys? All right. So now let's get into my plan, okay? So currently on these accounts, I have 3 accounts that are sitting at about a $1,600 balance, right? We have 1,600 there, 1,600 there, 1,600 here. We're not going to keep this account in mind, right? I currently need to make about $900 more on each of these accounts, and then on these as well, to be eligible to pull out $1,200 on these, and then about $1,000 on these. So I made a little bit of a roadmap, and I'll get right into that, guys. All right, so check it out. So throughout the beginning of time when we've been trading these prop firms, there's always that feeling in the back of our head that, all right, we need to be working towards passing this combine. Or once you get to the XFA, all right, I'm ready. I need to now pull out a payout. And it's almost that sense of like passing in a sense still. The habits that came from the combine kind of fall over to the XFA, and you're thinking, all right, if I pass this now, I could pull out a payout. I needed to stop that mindset a little bit, guys, because I kind of lost track and didn't even realize that I had all these accounts, and I still was in that mindset of I need to try to pass this as quick as possible. I was using kind of like full size or sizing a little bit too much. And then I realized the power of scalability, guys. It took me to get to this point where I'm at right now with the 7 accounts. If you guys look back, on my YouTube, I'm pretty sure about 4 months ago, I just passed 1 funded account. So give or take, to get to this point, it took me about 4 months, but I think that could be so much faster if you didn't make a lot of the mistakes I've made. Sizing heavy some days, doing a little bit of stupid stuff. I didn't realize that once you're trading these amount of accounts, that you really don't need to risk that much because you're pretty much scaling. 1 trade on 1 account goes across them all. And it's crazy, guys. A $200 day with, let's just say, 5 accounts is $1,000. And you kind of forget that because you're just like, at least for me, I've been just looking at the 1 account and I see like, all right, you know what, this amount, whether it be, okay, I make $300 on the day. I'm like, oh, you know what, on the combine, I was used to seeing $1,000 days, so it doesn't really seem like much. But then you realize it's a funded and it's being transferred across many accounts. So 4 months ago, I started passing these accounts, and that was because I bought a bunch for the Black Friday deals. But realistically, if you just get a solid 1 or 2 payouts, you could buy accounts. Like, I stacked these accounts over time. I didn't just buy 5 combines, pass them all, and be at this point. I bought 1 at a time, or I was passing 1 at a time and not copy trading them. That worked for me, but now going forward, when I want to pass more accounts, I'm going to just copy trade them because that's just the easier way to go. Plus, you could, once you're on the XFA, you just dial it down. But all right, let's get into how I'm going to pull out 5K, my roadmap, my plan, and what we're going to do. So I wrote out this little doc, and I wrote this as just a reminder that you don't need to risk heavy on these XFAs, especially when you are copy trading accounts, because our main focus is to allow the account to survive. And the moment we start risking more than $400, $500 a day on these XFAs, realistically have 4 days. Sometimes if you're over $500, 3 days of loss or risk until the account's blown. We want to make it so that this account can survive losing streaks, and losing streaks happen, guys. They're going to come, they're going to happen, we're going to have bad weeks. We want to be able to survive those losing streaks or bad weeks that we have, and then be able to survive and thrive the following weeks to come when we actually see some green. So, and this is cool, guys, too, because this is so much closer than everybody really thinks. You get 1, 2 payouts, you buy a few extra accounts, you start copy trading them. All right, so as you guys know, I have 4 Top Step accounts, but technically 3 of them, when I am ready for the payout, are going to be eligible for the payout. So we're just going to be keeping that in mind. Then I have 2 Pro accounts and then a My Funded Futures Core account. So my goal right now is for Top Step, get the balances to $2,500 each on these 3 XFAs, right? I'm not even keeping this in mind. This other XFA, this one right here, this is the lead account, but this balance is going to be shorter. So I'm going to get the balance 2,500 on the Top Step. Then on the My Funded Futures Pros, I'm looking to get these around 2,000, right? They are currently sitting at, these pros, they're right at 1,000. So we just need to make $1,000 extra on those. And then for the core, I'm thinking around 2,000. If we get that a little bit over that, that'd be awesome. That is currently sitting at 1,300 bucks, right? Well, it's crazy, guys. I was kind of just running the numbers, thinking in my head. And all right, so if we go back to here and we look at some of the months I've had, let's go to last month. Last month, I wasn't even really using that much size, guys. Obviously, I saw, you see a $780 day here, but let's check this day, right? A $300 day. That's a nice, solid day. That's with 3 micros of NQ, guys. 3 micros of NQ, and we're able to have $300 days. Now, if you think about it, if we could just have a solid green week of, all right, similar to this, right? We have, say, 4 green days of, pretend this was 300. That's a $1,200 week, guys. All right? Now, if you start to put that in the bigger perspective, let's say it's a $900 week, right? Times it by 7. That's $6,300, guys. That's in 1 week. So, it's just insane, the power of the scalability, guys, because obviously on one account you make $900. That's amazing. That's really good. But then when you think, all right, I just did that on 7 accounts, and I didn't even have to risk much. Literally, for this day, I was risking like $150. $150, we could keep that account alive and surviving for, 13 losses in a row? Say we have $2,000 of drawdown left. That is incredible. So now I've gotten to the point finally, guys, where on these XFAs, I want to make enough money. I want to risk enough, but I don't want to risk too much to risk blowing these. I'm really just thinking, let's keep this account surviving. Let's take advantage of the green weeks and keep on growing it. And to bring me to my next point, I want to get more accounts, but I want to make sure not to shift my focus too much, because it's funny, actually, guys, for those of you that know and have following along, Apex Trader Funding actually came out with a new update. They have end of day drawdown. And it's funny because that night it came out, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get 15 accounts. I'm just going to buy 15 accounts. I'm going to try to trade 7 at a time. 7 1 week, 8 the next week. Let's see if we could pass half of them. But then I started thinking about it more. I don't want to switch up between so many different platforms that I lose track of the accounts a little bit. So I made up my mind. We're going for max allocation on Top Step. So let's buy another combine. And what would be cool too for this is those days where I start feeling that urge to want to size up a little bit. I'll take the extra risk on the combines, because we're at the point, guys, where when we get to a combine, we want to pass those and max a week, if that. Probably risking just $650 on the day, give 3 days of risk, and aim for 1 of 2s, 1 of 3s. Try to make $1,000 to $1,500 a day. That actually brings me to a point before I buy a combine, guys. Something that I just realized you could do on Top Step, if you guys are trading Top Step, that honestly saved me the past few days from sizing up, is if you go here to your settings and you go to the risk settings, you go down, I didn't realize we could have contract limits. So going forward, to make sure that I do not screw this up and I don't try to, size heavier one day, I put a MNQ contract limit to 3 and my MYM to 5. So that's just going to lock that in. And that brings me to one other thing. Sizing, guys. Sizing is so important. And I talked about this in my last video a little bit, but I didn't realize how important sizing was. And it's funny. So yesterday, I ended up sizing up a little bit, right? And I was so mad I did, because it's always on the days where you size up a little bit that you have a red day. And then I don't like seeing, you know, my red days being more than my wins. It's not a good feeling, guys, because it's like you have 2 wins in a day and then you size up a little bit on the next day. And then it wipes out your wins. Our one loss should not wipe out more than a day's profit. It should never do that. It should honestly, realistically, be half, or at least like less than 70% of our wins. If it's wiping out like a full day's of profit or even a few days, it's not good. It messes with the mentals, and you almost start to feel like, oh, the past few days that I was trading is all for nothing. Or like I just threw it all away, and you kind of do. So sizing is the most important thing, guys. Right now, consistent sizing and keeping the risk small. We're on an XFA, guys. The money we make on these accounts, we could pull out. So let's take it serious and realize the power that these accounts really do give us, and especially when we start to scale it. Let me stop yapping. Let's get some more top step accounts. Well, technically, I'm only getting one, guys, because just in case I do pass it, I don't want to just have a combine because we're only allowed to have 5 at a time. So we'll see. We'll see if we can pass that. And I'm gonna just pretty much keep on buying combines, risking heavy until we can be at 5 accounts, because I want to be copy trading 5 accounts. That'll be really cool. So let's do that. No activation fee. Let's try it. I'll hide my face a little bit. Let's see if the climb higher still works. I think I used that up already, but who knows? Maybe I could slip one in. No, okay. All right, so 118 bucks. It's so funny, guys, because like in day to day, anything when it comes to like spending money, I'm always like, even if I'm gonna go out and get food or something, like say it's like $15, $20, I kind of cringe at it, and it's like, oh, combine, 120 bucks, whatever, cool. I guess we know our priorities, right, guys? But all right, let's get that. Let's see if we can get that. Cool, purchase successful. I agree. All right, now let's see. All right, cool. So we got another combine, guys, and I was thinking also of getting some more My Funded Futures, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get max allocation on Top Step. Once I can secure max allocation on Top Step and we get 5 funded accounts, then I'll just copy trade these and I'll start working on combines in here. If I'm trading all these separately, it'll get way too crowded. Like having to hop from this, then when I want to go, then like to take another trade, or like the same trade if I'm then hopping to this account, taking it, then I got to go to this, trade these 3, and then I say if I have 2, it'll get too much. So we'll do that later on. And like I said, guys, you know, Apex came out, but I was thinking about it, and it's cool. It's really cool that it's only $30 for an end of day. And that's awesome that Apex came out with end of day. But I don't know, guys. Like, I feel like it's very hyped up just because Apex has been an intraday trailing prop firm. But I still don't like activation fees. If they could get something involved where there's no activation fees, I'll be a little bit more interested. For now, I'm happy with Top Step and My Funded Futures, guys. I think also maybe we'll start to consider Apex when we're ready for 20 accounts. When we want to stack a nice 20 accounts and we want to get those really solid payouts, we'll go for that. But all right, guys, going to be a shorter video than usual. I just wanted to show you guys my plan, and it's crazy. So after doing this balance, we'll pull out from Top Step $12.50 on each. That'll be $37.50. My Funded Futures on the pros, we'll pull out 24 because that's actually, you can pull out 60% of the balance. And then on the core, just a nice $1,000. I added up, that'll be after all the splits and everything, over $6,000. Now, I've never seen this type of money from trading, so if we could secure this, it'll be insane, guys. And it's not out of reach. And I wanted to make this video so much for anybody that's still on a combine right now or just past 1 funded account. All it takes, guys, is like 1, 2 payouts. You start copy trading, boom, you don't even have to really then risk much. And that's the beautiful thing about copy trading and scaling. You could risk less on these XFAs. You have a lot more room for, you know, losses on the account. and you could just take trades as you should. So yeah, guys, just a little, of an update, a little bit of a rundown. Pretty much, if I can lock in $900 on these three, and then about $1,000 on these, which isn't much when we're risking $150 a day, we're making on some days $300-400. This could happen this week, it could happen next week, and I'm okay with it, even if it means that I have to wait a little bit more, even if it means I got to be a little bit more patient for setups if I don't see something on the day, or even if we get a few losses, right? I'm waiting for a good week, and I know that when the good week comes, I'll take advantage of it and we'll lock in a payout. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm wrapping up this video. Stay tuned to find out if I can secure this payout. Most likely the next video I'll make will probably be either, I don't know, hopefully a payout, or it's possible a blowing account video. But I am going to be making a video on the best way and the easiest way to pass combines. I feel like I've finally gotten to the point where when I get to a combine, I don't really even, I got over that mental hurdle finally, guys. I feel like that's one thing a lot of us traders go through, is like getting past that combine stage. It takes a lot, guys, and I went through it. I blew through so many. Now it's finally at the point where it's not even like, it's not really even a thought to try to get, it's like just pass it, be done with it. I'll be making a video soon for you guys if you guys want to see that. Stay tuned for that. It'll be pretty much me giving the whole rundown of like the best roadmap for how to pass a combine, easiest way, best risk, sizing, all of that, and just the mindset and everything. So with that being said, guys, I'm getting out of here. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Stay tuned. Peace.